Your rice cooker can do things that will genuinely shock you. Chinese households have been quietly using this one appliance to cook full meals, bake cakes, and make restaurant-quality dishes for decades while the rest of the world just made rice. Here are 35 tricks that will change everything. Let's go. Number 35. The creamiest scrambled eggs of your life. Forget the pan. Crack 3 to 4 eggs directly into your rice cooker pot. Add a splash of milk, a pinch of salt, and a small knob of butter. Whisk it right there in the pot. Close the lid and press cook. Open and stir gently every 2 minutes. The indirect, consistent heat cooks eggs at a lower temperature than any stovetop flame, making it virtually impossible to overcook them. The result is impossibly soft, custardy scrambled eggs that a 5-star hotel breakfast would charge you for. Number 34. Overnight oatmeal while you sleep before bed. Add 1 cup of rolled oats, 3 cups of water, a pinch of salt, and your favorite toppings into the pot. Set it on the warm setting and walk away. By morning, perfectly creamy oatmeal is waiting for you. The warm setting holds just enough heat to slowly break down the oats overnight into a consistency you simply cannot rush on a stovetop. This is the same technique Chinese families use for congee, and it works flawlessly. Number 33. Restaurant quality steamed fish at home. Season your fish fillet with soy sauce, sesame oil, fresh ginger, and green onion. Wrap it in foil or place it on a heat-proof plate on the steaming rack. Add water to the bottom and cook for 10 to 15 minutes depending on thickness. The sealed steam environment locks in every drop of moisture and every bit of seasoning. The result is flaky, tender fish that tastes like it came out of a professional kitchen, not your apartment. Number 32. A real cake without an oven. Pour your cake batter into a lightly greased rice cooker bowl and press cook. When it switches to warm, press cook again. Repeat 2 to 3 times over about 40 minutes. The bottom turns golden while the steam sets the inside perfectly. Chinese home cooks have been baking sponge cakes and chocolate cakes this way for years in tiny apartments with no oven in sight. Once you try it, you will wonder why you ever preheated anything. Number 31. Leftover pizza that actually tastes good. Place your pizza slices on the steaming rack above a small amount of water. Close the lid and run the cook setting for 3 to 4 minutes. The gentle steam reheats from all sides. No burnt crust, no rubbery cheese, no soggy disaster. This is the one trick that will permanently end your relationship with the microwave. Number 30. Steam vegetables and cook rice. Simultaneously toss broccoli, carrots, snap peas, or any vegetable combination onto the steaming rack while your rice cooks below. 4 to 6 minutes and everything is done at the same time. Steaming preserves more vitamins and minerals than boiling or frying. Science confirms it. The sealed environment keeps water-soluble vitamins locked inside the vegetable instead of leaching into water you throw away. This is not just convenient, it is genuinely the healthiest way to cook vegetables. Number 29. Silky congee that heals everything. Add 1 cup of jasmine rice to 5 or 6 cups of water or chicken broth. Add sliced ginger, a pinch of salt, and press cook. When it finishes, stir vigorously and press cook again. Repeat 2 to 3 times until the rice completely breaks down into a thick, silky porridge. Top with green onions, a soft boiled egg, soy sauce, and white pepper. Congee is one of the most deeply comforting foods in Chinese culture, and your rice cooker makes it with almost zero effort. Number 28. Perfect quinoa. Every single time, 1 cup of quinoa, 1.5 cups of water. Press cook. The rice cooker senses when the liquid is absorbed and shuts off automatically. No mush, no undercooked grain, no guesswork. Chinese households figured out long ago that this technology works for every grain, not just rice. Number 27. Steamed dumplings without a bamboo steamer. Place dumplings or bao buns on parchment paper on your steaming rack, add water and press cook. The steam is consistent and thorough, the dough stays soft, the filling heats all the way through, and nothing dries out. You do not need a traditional steamer setup. Your rice cooker handles it perfectly. Number 26. Flavor-infused rice that stands alone as a dish. Stop cooking rice in plain water. Use chicken broth, vegetable broth, or coconut milk instead. Every grain absorbs the liquid it cooks in, which means zero extra effort produces an entirely different dish. Coconut rice alongside any Asian-inspired meal is something people will ask you about at the dinner table. Number 25. Meal prep hard-boiled eggs for the whole week. Line eggs on your steaming rack. Add water below and cook them all at once. Consistent steam means every egg cooks evenly regardless of placement. Transfer to an ice bath when done, and you have a week's worth of protein ready with zero attention paid. Number 24. Soy sauce chicken that cooks itself. Place bone in chicken thighs in the rice cooker bowl. Mix soy sauce, oyster sauce, a little sugar, garlic, and ginger, and pour it over the chicken. Add a quarter cup of water and press cook. The chicken braises in its own juices while the sauce reduces into something deeply savory and glossy. This simplified version of a classic Chinese dish requires almost no active cooking time and delivers extraordinary results. Number 23. Silken tofu pudding for a protein-rich breakfast. Warm silken tofu with ginger syrup or sugar syrup on the warm setting, and you have dao fu fa dish sold on streets across China every morning. Creamy, warming, high in protein, and ready in minutes. Most people have never considered their rice cooker for breakfast. They should. Number 22. Sweet potatoes that taste naturally caramelized. Place whole small sweet potatoes on your steaming rack, add water, and cook. The steam draws out the natural sugars in a way that roasting cannot replicate. They taste lightly sweetened without adding a single thing. Chinese households eat these as snacks, side dishes, and dessert ingredients year-round. Number 21. Steamed egg custard that melts instantly. Beat 2 eggs with 1.5 times their volume in warm water or broth. Add a pinch of salt and a splash of soy sauce. Strain the mixture into a heat-proof bowl to remove air bubbles, cover with plastic wrap, and steam in your rice cooker for 12 minutes. The result is zhangdan, a silky smooth custard that Chinese families eat as a side dish alongside rice. The texture is unlike anything a pan can produce. Number 20. Red lentils with zero prep. 2 parts water to 1 part red lentils. Press cook. Done in 20 minutes. No soaking required. The rice cooker builds enough internal heat to handle them completely. High protein, zero planning, and a meal component ready whenever you need it. Number 19. Cheesecake without the cracks. Pour your cheesecake batter into a lightly greased rice cooker pot and run the cook cycle 2 to 3 times until the center is just barely set with a slight jiggle. The heat source comes from the bottom and sides rather than from above, naturally replicating the water bath method that prevents cracking. Chinese home bakers have been perfecting this for years. The results are stunning, and the technique is foolproof. Number 18. Black sesame soup, a warming Chinese dessert. Blend black sesame seeds with water until smooth. Pour into your rice cooker with a little sugar and heat on the cook setting, stirring once or twice. A mahu is sweet, nutty, deeply nourishing, and one of the most beloved desserts in Chinese households. The rice cooker keeps it at exactly the right temperature without any risk of scorching. Number 17. Proof bread dough in half the time. Place your kneaded dough in a lightly oiled rice cooker bowl, press warm, and leave the lid on for 30 to 45 minutes. Dough that takes 2 hours to rise at room temperature rises perfectly in under an hour. In winter, when kitchens are cold and counterproofing feels impossible, this trick is a complete game changer. Number 16. A pot roast that requires almost no effort. Season a small beef chuck roast with salt, pepper, garlic, and soy sauce. Add onions, carrots, and half a cup of beef broth. Press cook and run through multiple cycles over 90 minutes, pressing the button back down each time it switches to warm. The beef becomes fork tender, the vegetables absorb every bit of savory juice, and the whole thing costs you about 5 minutes of active work. Number 15. Homemade yogurt. Overnight. Heat milk to 180 degrees. Let it cool to 110. Then stir in a few tablespoons of plain yogurt with active cultures. Pour into your rice cooker bowl, set to warm, and leave it for 8 hours. The warm setting holds the precise temperature that yogurt cultures need to thrive. By morning, you have thick, creamy homemade yogurt with zero equipment beyond what you already own. Number 14. A slow cooker you already own. Add meat, vegetables, aromatics, and broth to the pot. Press cook to bring it to a boil, then switch to warm and leave it for 4 to 6 hours. You get deeply developed, slow-cooked flavor without needing a single extra appliance. The warm setting operates exactly like the low setting on a dedicated slow cooker. This is how Chinese grandmothers make their legendary soups and have been doing so for generations. Number 13. Polenta and grits without constant stirring. Add cornmeal and water in the correct ratio. Give it one stir, close the lid, and walk away. Consistent bottom heat and trap steam. Cook the cornmeal evenly without you standing over a pot for 30 minutes. Finish with butter and cheese, and you have a perfect side dish with none of the labor. Number 12. A meatloaf that never dries out. Press seasoned ground meat into a loaf shape in your rice cooker bowl and cook. The steam environment keeps it moist in a way that an oven simply cannot. The Chinese version of this steamed pork patty mixed with water chestnuts, soy sauce, and ginger is one of the most popular weeknight dishes in Chinese households. Fast, cheap, and incredibly juicy every single time. Number 11. Dried beans without soaking. Cover dried beans with water by at least 2 inches and run 2 to 3 full cook cycles. The heat and pressure built up inside the rice cooker handles even dried chickpeas and black beans without any pre-soaking. This saves hours of prep time on busy days and makes legumes genuinely accessible when you have no time to plan ahead. Number 10. A whole steamed chicken. Season a small whole chicken inside and out with salt, white pepper, ginger, and soy sauce. Place it in the rice cooker with just enough water to cover the bottom and cook through multiple cycles until the internal temperature reaches 165 degrees. The steam circulates constantly and cooks the chicken in its own juices, preserving natural flavor in a way that roasting cannot come close to matching. Number 9. Mango sticky rice. Cook glutinous rice in a mixture of coconut milk and a pinch of salt. While it rests on warm, slice fresh mango and prepare a warm coconut cream sauce with sugar. Serve the sticky rice topped with mango and drizzled with coconut cream. The rice cooker makes the glutinous rice perfectly sticky and coconut infused without any risk of scorching the bottom. This dessert is beloved across Southeast Asian and Chinese food culture, and your rice cooker nails it. Number 8. Steamed sponge cake. Malai. Go beat eggs with sugar until very fluffy. Fold in flour, baking powder, and melted butter and pour into a parchment-lined rice cooker bowl. Press cook and repeat cycles as needed for about 40 minutes. The result is a soft, bouncy, golden sponge cake with an airy crumb that dim sum restaurants charge a serious premium for. The steamy environment the rice cooker creates gives this cake its signature texture, and you cannot replicate it any other way. Number 7. Braised pork belly. Hong Shao Ru. Brown your pork belly pieces in a separate pan, then transfer to the rice cooker with soy sauce. Dark soy sauce, Shaoxing rice wine, sugar, garlic, and star anise. Add enough water to come halfway up the pork and run multiple cook cycles for about 90 minutes total. The fat renders into something silky. The sauce reduces into a deep mahogany glaze that coats every piece. This is one of the most iconic dishes in all of Chinese cooking, and making it in a rice cooker delivers restaurant-quality results without standing over a stove for 2 hours. Number 6. Chinese sesame noodles. Cold and deadly delicious. Cook your noodles directly in the rice cooker with water, salt, and a tiny drop of sesame oil. Once done, drain and toss immediately with a sauce of tahini or sesame paste, soy sauce, rice vinegar, chili oil, minced garlic, and a pinch of sugar. Let them cool for 10 minutes. These are the cold sesame noodles that street vendors across Beijing and Shanghai sell out of every single morning before noon. The rice cooker cooks the noodles perfectly without them sticking together because of that drop of sesame oil in the water. The sauce clings to every strand, and the result is bold, nutty, slightly spicy, and completely addictive. Number 5. Chinese steamed spare ribs with black beans. Sauce. Cut spare ribs into small pieces and marinate them in fermented black beans, garlic, soy sauce, oyster sauce, sesame oil, and a pinch of sugar for at least 30 minutes. Place them on a heat-proof plate on your steaming rack with water below and cook for 25 to 30 minutes. This dish is one of the most ordered items at every dim sum restaurant in the world. The fermented black beans create a deep, savory, umami-packed sauce that soaks into every piece of tender rib meat. Making it at home in your rice cooker costs a fraction of what restaurants charge and tastes every bit as good. Number 4. Glutinous rice. Stuffed lotus leaves. Lo mai gai. Soak glutinous rice for 2 hours. Then partially cook it in the rice cooker. Mix it with soy sauce chicken, Chinese sausage, shiitake mushrooms, and dried shrimp. Spoon the mixture onto softened lotus leaves, wrap them into tight parcels, and place them back on the steaming rack. Steam for 35 to 40 minutes. Lo mai gai is one of the most iconic dim sum dishes in Cantonese cooking, and the lotus leaf wrapping infuses the rice with a subtle earthy fragrance that is completely unique and impossible to replicate any other way. Every bite tastes like it came straight out of a Hong Kong tea house. Number 3. Chinese walnut soup. A dessert that fixes everything. Soak walnuts overnight, then blend them with water until completely smooth. Pour the mixture into your rice cooker with rock sugar and a few red dates. Cook on the warm setting for 45 minutes, stirring twice. He Tao Lu is a classic Chinese sweet soup that families make when someone is tired, stressed, or run down. Walnuts in Chinese medicine are considered deeply nourishing for the brain and kidneys. The result is a warm, creamy, naturally sweet dessert soup with a richness that feels indulgent but costs almost nothing to make. One bowl and you understand immediately why Chinese grandmothers have been making this for centuries. Number 2. Hands-off pasta. For dorm rooms and busy kitchens, add pasta. Cover with water 2 inches above the pasta level, add salt, and press cook. Stir once partway through if you can. The pasta absorbs the water and comes out perfectly al dente. Chinese college students have been doing this for years in dorms with no stovetop access. Drain any excess water, add your sauce directly to the bowl, and dinner is done. Number 1. Clay pot rice. The dish that changes everything. This is the one. Nearly every Chinese family makes this. Most people outside of Chinese food culture have never tasted it, and it will permanently change how you feel about your rice cooker. Rinse your rice and add it to the pot with the correct amount of water. On top of the uncooked rice, arrange marinated chicken thigh pieces, sliced Chinese sausage, shiitake mushrooms, and sliced ginger. Mix soy sauce, oyster sauce, sesame oil, and a pinch of sugar, and drizzle it over everything. Press cook and do not open the lid until the cycle is completely finished. The rice cooks below while the toppings steam above. The sauce drips down and infuses every single grain with extraordinary flavor. Then, in the final 2 minutes of cooking, pour a tablespoon of soy sauce and sesame oil down the inside edge of the pot. This creates a slightly caramelized, crispy rice crust on the bottom called guoba. Smoky, savory, crispy, the most prized part of the entire dish. Make this tonight. Your family will be talking about it tomorrow. Now it's your turn. You have 31 tricks, 1 appliance, and no more excuses to eat a boring meal. Start with whichever one surprised you the most, then drop a comment and tell us which one changed your kitchen forever.